I'm actually in Bali right now. Got here on the 10th of May, but I ended up missing my flight. So my flight was actually in the morning. What happened was I got to the airport a little bit too late. It took around an hour and a half to get to the airport. I had miscalculated the time it would take for me to get to the airport from my hotel. For some reason, when I checked the maps, it said half an hour it would take from my hotel to the airport, but it was like triple the amount of time. I ended up getting to the airport too late to check my luggage in. I don't know if this is like standard with all airports, but airline that I was flying with, Air Asia, they close the check-in desk like an hour before your flight. So if you get to the airport after that time, you can't check in your luggage. So my flight was at 11:05. By the time I got to the airport, it was like 10:20. Their security was really long. It's not like how it is in the UK, like Manchester Airport. You can literally get through security like within 10-20 minutes. It's not like that. In Malaysia, security is very tight. It takes around an hour really to get through security to get everything done. I didn't really have much chance of making that flight anyway. But what happened was when I got to the airport, they told me that I didn't have time now to check my luggage in because the counter had closed. So my only option was to go through security without my luggage and leave my luggage at the airport. But the luggage that I was checking in obviously had all the main bits and bobs that I needed, like my skincare and everything else. There was just no way I could go to Bali for as long as I planned to go without my stuff. So I was like, well, no, I need this suitcase. And they were like, if you're gonna catch this flight, you need to leave your suitcase here, go through security right now. And I made the decision not to do that. It was a bit of an unfair position to put me in. Obviously, I'd paid to check my suitcase in and they weren't allowing me to do that because I'd got to the airport a little bit later. So I had no choice but to buy another ticket. Thankfully, there was another flight in the afternoon. So that flight was around 3 p.m. Because it's a different flight. You have to still book your extra luggage. So I ended up paying like 120 quid more, I know. But the thing is, I'm that kind of person now where I don't even dwell on these things anymore. It's like you're gonna make a decision, you have to stick to it and then not regret it later. And that's what I did. It was my own fault for getting to the airport too late and just like chilling in the morning. I was just super tired from the day before with not having slept. And this is one thing about me is I had a meeting the night before, which I really shouldn't have done. I should have told him that, look, we'll have to reschedule maybe when I'm back in the UK or whatever. It was a meeting that could have been over the phone or, you know, over Google Meet. It didn't have to be in person. But this guy I'd connected with, he was from the UK, but he had a business in Malaysia. And I was in Malaysia at that time. So he contacted me a little bit late to be like, I know you're in Malaysia right now. Can we meet up before you move on to your next destination? I was like, well, that's going to be tomorrow. So I literally only have today. And he was like, yeah, let's do something today. We had this meeting around 9 p.m. because I had a Petronas Tower tour at around 8. It's about an hour tour. Literally straight after that, I was at the Surya KLCC Mall and we met up there. We had some food. We spoke for about an hour. It may have even been less than an hour, to be fair. And then everything started closing. That's one thing about Asia. I've noticed everything closes fairly early. Considering people are still up and about in these kind of warmer climates in the evening, you would expect that the malls will still be open at that time and the shops will still be open at that time. Anyway, after that meeting, I just decided that I'd go back to the hotel. By the time I got back to the hotel, I was just so tired. I ended up falling asleep on the bed and then I woke up and then I had to like sort out my hotel and everything else. Yes, I hadn't even sorted out my hotel for Bali. I wanted to sort out my travel insurance, didn't end up booking that. It was just a bit of a mess, to be honest. I think the whole time I was in Malaysia, I didn't really do much apart from rest and touristy things. I didn't really do any work. The idea was to try and be a little bit more organized coming to Bali because I knew that I wanted to spend my time here working as well as doing touristy things and relaxing. But my time in Malaysia, it was a massive break that I didn't realize I needed in terms of just relaxing and not focusing on work, which I definitely managed to do, although I didn't really get much sleep whilst I was there. I really did enjoy Malaysia. It's such a beautiful country. The people are great. The food is great. It's a place that I would potentially consider moving to in the future, maybe. There's obviously no definite answer right now. I'm glad that I actually got to tick that off my bucket list. I really want to go to Langkawi Island, so that's like the next next place in Malaysia that's on my list. So I ended up catching the next flight out to Bali so that I would end up getting there the same day that I intended to get there. I got to my hotel late at night. It was around 10 o'clock by the time I checked in. I've been here for the last, 4 days, because it is the 14th today. So obviously now I'm in Bali. I don't want to tell you too much about my experiences over here because I've only been here like 4 days now. I do still have quite a bit of time to go. I'm unsure about my travel plans here though. Initially I was kind of like 8 days and I'll go somewhere else. Now I'm not too sure. I did actually want to do a retreat here. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Like I said, I'm being very spontaneous, so I'm gonna see how I'm feeling and what I want to do. But it is very late now, so what I'm gonna do is catch up with you in the morning. I will give you a room tour. Obviously you can see a little bit of the background. It's not the best hotel, but once the room is cleaned in the morning, I'll give you a proper tour. Even though there's not really much to see, but I'm sure you guys will want to see what the hotels are like here in Bali, in the jungle in Ubud. So I'll catch up with you in the morning. Do look a little bit sweaty, to be honest. I don't know if I need to powder. So I sprayed some of this Bondi Sands SPF on my face as well as my body. It's made my skin look a little bit greasy, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, it's now the next day. I've just got ready. This top is from New Look, I believe. The shorts are from Primark. The belt is from Stradivarius. I do have sunglasses with me as well, but they're nothing special. It is just gone like 1 o'clock now. A little bit of a late start to the day. I was actually supposed to get up earlier and go for this hike, but that didn't happen. I think whilst I've been here, I've been really struggling to sleep. There's like all sorts of weird and wonderful noises happening at night that really have been disturbing my sleep over the last few days. In fact, since the day I got here, to be honest, like cats fighting, cockerels, hens, cats and dogs fighting, even like sounds that I've never heard before. Anyway, so my plan, because I've just got ready, I'm gonna go and get something to eat. Just a quick thing. Initially the plan was to get up before sunrise and go on the hike, and then after that have breakfast and then go to the Sacred Monkey place and then maybe chill for a bit and then come back to the hotel and just do some work. But because I've woken up late, now my plans are like all over the place, and obviously I can't do that anymore. So because it's now 1 o'clock, I need to go and eat because I'm starving, and then around 2 I'm planning to go to the monkey forest first. I've just heard that when it gets super busy, it gets quite chaotic and that the monkeys can get quite aggressive. I really do want to go, even though I'm not really a big fan of monkeys, but it's like a popular tourist attraction here in Ubud. If I've come all the way here and I don't do it, it's kind of like a missed opportunity. So I am gonna go. I'm gonna see what it's like. That will take probably about an hour or two. Then around 4 o'clock I'll go for my hike. I want to be done before it gets dark because I don't want to be on this hike when it's dark and then not be able to see where I'm walking, and just it not be safe for me as a woman on my own traveling alone, just to feel uncomfortable. I also do need to get some snacks for on the way because I'm sure I'll probably end up getting hungry as well, considering I've been here like almost 5 days now, I think. I've not done anything whilst I've been here. This is like the first kind of full-on day where I'm actually doing something. I realise I don't really have that long left now here in Ubud. I am planning to go somewhere else on the 18th and it's now the 15th. I was initially planning to take my camera with me. I would have loved to have like properly caught all the scenery, but because I'm going to be going to the monkey forest first and then straight after that I'm going to be going for this hike. I've read some stuff about how aggressive these monkeys are and you have to be really careful with your belongings. I don't want anything to happen to this camera whilst I'm there. I'm planning to film as much as I possibly can on my phone instead. A little bit of a shame because I wanted to take some good content on my camera, but I just think I'd best be safe than sorry. So I'm leaving my camera here at the hotel and I will catch up with you once I'm back, but I will take some content whilst I'm out. So catch up with you later. It's now the 18th of May. I'm finally getting to check out this hotel. I think it's just gone like 11:15, so I do really need to check out now. If I sound a bit croaky, it's because I literally developed a sore throat overnight, so my voice is a little bit hoarse. I think it's a little bit deep because of that reason. I'm gonna try not to talk too much today because I want my throat to settle, I want my voice to settle. I'm gonna make sure that I actually stack up on my meds to prevent me from falling any further ill, because I cannot fall ill whilst I'm here. Like, that just cannot happen. Anyway, I am pretty much packed. I just need to close my suitcase now and obviously get heading out to the reception. But I thought before I do that, I'll quickly just show you the room, because since I've checked in here over the last 8 days, I've not actually showed you the room. I'll give you a full review of this hotel in another video, but this is just going to be a quick view of what this particular room that I'm staying in looks like. I paid around, I think it was £100 for 8 nights, which isn't too bad. I guess it works out to be around like £11–12 a night. So I'll show you what you get for that amount of money here. As soon as you walk into the room, you see this big bed. This, I would say, is probably just slightly bigger than a average double bed, so I think it's more like a queen or a king size bed. Honestly, I didn't feel like it was the most comfortable. It was quite a hard bed to sleep on, and obviously I haven't really been sleeping since I've been here because of the amount of ants and cockroaches and everything else that I've seen. But just to kind of show you, it is quite a big bed. This is like a really nice painting actually of the rice fields in Bali, and then you've got, like, I'm guessing this is some kind of Hindu god. I just put it on the side because initially that was up here, but I decided to keep it there whilst I was sleeping on the bed. You've got the window here. I don't know if this window actually opens. To be fair, I never tried to open it. I didn't want any insects coming in. There's already enough insects in this room as it is. And then you've got like this little bench that you can sit on. I think I've only sat on this once whilst I've been here. I have seen ants on here, so you have to kind of be a bit careful about sitting on here. So this is a throw that they actually put on over the bed, but I've left that there whilst I've been sleeping. That's a used towel. That's my bag. And then we've got this, I guess you could call it like a desk or like a dressing table with a mirror where you can get ready. As you can see, it's not the best mirror. It's quite dark. You can't really see yourself when you're getting dressed. There's also no lighting over here apart from like this one light over here, but it doesn't actually shine directly onto the mirror, or even like in this area it doesn't actually help. Unless there's like sunshine coming through the window, you can see a little bit better. Then you have your window here, which this does open. I think I opened it the first day I came because there's like so much wildlife around here. I just wouldn't open it because I'm kind of scared of what might come through that window. And then you've got like the step there. That's obviously the door where you come in through. So this door literally leads to the outside courtyard area where like the reception is next to. So there's nothing after this door basically. In the UK, what we would refer to as a rug, I guess that's what that's supposed to be, but it's not obviously made of the same kind of material. So on this side of the room, we've got like sockets here. So this is literally the only place in the room that actually has sockets. So I've been charging my phone and my laptop here. And then you've got like this table. It looks like a coffee table, to be fair. We have another window. This lamp was actually down here before, but I don't know why. The cleaner put it back up here. And then we've got a fridge. Now I don't even want to open this fridge because it's not clean. But I'll just show you like the level of cleanliness in these places is not great. I don't know if you can see that. There's literally like dirt inside this fridge. So I never used it, to be fair, even though I would have liked to put water bottles here and stuff. I don't know if that's just coming now, but there's a fly in the fridge. Definitely not the most hygienic. So that's that side of the room, and then we've got, I think this is kind of supposed to be like a wardrobe where you'd probably lay out your clothes. Again, didn't use it because I've seen ants on here. You've got a kettle there, which again I didn't use. I think this might have been left over by the last person that was staying here. It's just like a bottle of insect repellent. Never used it, to be fair, don't know if it works. So that's that. And then you've got your aircon up there, which, to be fair, I didn't even bother to put this on because I felt like if I put it on, something might come out of it, which I would not want welcome in this room. You've got this really nice, I don't know what you would call this, but yeah, I think the message on it is really good. So it says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference, living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace. That's a nice reminder to wake up to every morning. We have another bedside table there. You've got like an elephant statue over here, by the way, and you've got another one on that side as well. Then you've got this, which I basically use as like a towel rack, so I would always put my towels and stuff on here. Just brace yourself. I don't know what that is on the floor, to be fair. I think it's like mud or something that's fallen down. So this is like the sliding door, right? So you just open this up. Just brace yourself because the bathroom is literally the worst part of this room. I'm only going to do a quick overview of this because literally I feel kind of sick just showing you. There's a mirror here, then you've got a sink. And I've had to place a towel on the floor because when I've been showering, the whole floor would get wet and it just wouldn't dry. So I'd be standing on like a wet floor when I needed to use the sink, which isn't great, obviously. So you can see here, you've got this shower. It's quite a big shower head. So next to it is what I assume would have been like a smaller shower head, but the head's not actually attached to it, so it's broken. I was only able to use this to shower with, and as you can see, because I showered this morning, which was like literally a couple of hours ago, the floor is still wet and it will stay like this probably until the end of the day, until they actually clean it. Well, I'm guessing they'll probably clean it after I leave, to be fair. Those noises carry on throughout the night, by the way. Now you can imagine how difficult it is to sleep in this hotel. We are definitely in the middle of the jungle. Anyway, so next to the toilet there is what's supposed to be a bidet, but that didn't actually work. Like literally no water came out that. Then you've got the toilet. They didn't give me enough toilet paper. There was a toilet roll in there, but it finished very quickly. And then you've got the bin. And there's a step here where the toilet is that leads onto like the shower area. So yeah, that's the full bathroom really. There's not much to see here. Like I said, it's a bog standard bathroom. Not the cleanest of places. There's ants over here as well. There's a lot of flies here. I've seen a cockroach here. So that is the hotel tour. I'm probably not going to show you outside because, to be honest, there's not much to see. I'm going to put my camera away in my bag. I'm going to leave my luggage here at the hotel reception because I'm going to go out to get lunch now. It is 11:30, so I do need to check out now. They're probably waiting for me to leave the room, to be fair, but no one's knocked on the door yet. But I don't want to be taking the piss. So this is Ganesh room in Ubud where I'm staying. I think it's in the area of Gyanyar. I'll put the name on the screen anyway. I'm about to go now to check out and get some lunch. So I will catch up with you in Canggu. If you can hear my voice, it's definitely gotten worse. It's not like I feel worse, I don't, but my voice definitely has gotten worse. I do feel like I sound a lot more hoarse than I did before. Anyway, as you can see, I've now checked in to this new hotel in Canggu. So this is my first hotel in Canggu, and I'm going to be staying here for around 4 nights unless I decide to extend my stay here. I did get here around like, I think it was almost 4 p.m, but I thought before I start messing up the whole place, I will do a quick hotel room tour. As you can see from the background, this hotel is obviously much better than the previous hotel, thank God, because I was literally dying to get out of there. So let's get into it because I'm sure you guys are really intrigued to know where it is that I'm staying and what the room looks like. So this apartment, as you can see, because there are stairs in the background there, is actually a loft apartment. So we do have a downstairs and an upstairs. Obviously I'm going to show you everything. Okay, so as you come in, there's a door. We have the temperature remote here for the AC. We have the lights there, and we have the card entry slot for the electricity. 2 umbrellas there which they provide you with, which I think is really good because obviously in Bali it does tend to rain quite a bit. They also do provide you with slippers, and we have this massive painting over here as you walk walk in, which is actually very calm and serene. If we turn around over here, next to the door as you walk in, there is this water filter machine. That's quite a good addition, to be fair, because over here we cannot drink the tap water, right? So the fact that they have this water filter machine, it saves me money having to buy water bottles constantly from the shop to stay hydrated. And then we have the kitchen area. We have a hob here for cooking. We have drying rack for dishes. We have a sink, of course, for washing, and we have dish soap there. These cupboards, I'm guessing, have like cleaning stuff in there. I'm not sure, to be fair. Should we open one and have a look? What you see under the sink usually, let's close that. That's not a dishwasher, is it? I don't think it is. Spoons, knife, we've got forks there. Let's see this bottom one. So we've got pans as well for cooking, which is quite handy, even though I'm not going to be doing any cooking, but handy for anyone that is going to be staying here long term and doing cooking. Okay, so up here we have obviously the extractor fan. We have more cupboards. I'm not going to open every single one, but I think in this one we have cutlery. So we've got glasses behind there, we've got cups, bowls, flat plates. Close that. Then we have a fridge as well. I hope this fridge is clean, because the last fridge that I looked in was not clean. Yeah, this fridge is actually clean, so that's a good sign. Freezer is also clean. Okay, cool. And then we do have a microwave up here, which is handy for when I want to reheat food. We have more empty cupboards over here on this side, and we have the bin there. I'm not going to open those. I think it's just the exact same thing, to be fair. Then we have two sockets here, a kettle. They give you these teas and coffees free, so I could potentially use some of those, but I don't really drink tea or coffee, to be honest. So I probably won't end up using them, but you do get that free with the apartment. I'm not sure what that is. Imagine putting food on there. I think it would look very aesthetic. So this is the breakfast menu that's part of the hotel. So you can order this and they actually deliver the breakfast to your room. I might actually have to try this whilst I'm here, even though I'm not a massive breakfast person. Even if I just get it the once or twice, because their options actually do look quite good. And I've not had much breakfast whilst I've been in Bali, to be fair, so it'll be good to try it. And of course I have my stuff there, so just ignore that. This door basically leads to a downstairs bathroom. Struggling to open the door there. There's this massive mirror. You can just see that the mirror is quite long. I'll probably end up getting dressed down here at some point. So then on this side we've got toilet roll, and it's great that they give you 2 rolls at once. And then we have a box standard toilet. So we have a box standard toilet with a bidet that actually works, so that's impressive. There we have a bin. So we've got the sink over here with hand soap, and this is quite a big sink, to be fair. You can see it does stretch out quite wide. Nice bathroom, it's nice and clean. Now for the rest of the room. So this is obviously the downstairs lounge area. We have this island over here. We have these 2 bar stools, and then we have quite a big sofa here. It looks very cozy, I'm not gonna lie. I like the decor of this place. It's very minimalistic, but it still kind of reflects Bali style. So we have this coffee table here with this matching tissue box. That's obviously the TV remote. So yeah, this room does have a TV on this side. From what I've seen, this TV does actually have Netflix, so I might actually try that tonight. I think I'm gonna get a takeout and watch some Netflix, do some editing on these vlogs, and catch up with work, to be fair. If we come around this side now, we have the side table on this side of the sofa. I wonder what this is. I thought it might be an air freshener, but I'm not sure actually, because it doesn't smell of anything in the apartment, so I don't think it's an air freshener. There is like this textured effect on the wall. This feels like it's actually ingrained into the wall. I mean, it's very subtle, but very pretty as well at the same time. And then next to that, we have this spectacular painting above where the sofa is. And then we do have a socket on this side, which is great, because I said that I was planning to kind of sit here and chill and get some work done whilst I watch watch TV, why not? May as well make the most of it. That's it for downstairs. I don't think I've missed anything. Apart from this very gorgeous high ceiling, which I must show you. I don't know if this camera is really picking up how high this ceiling is. I love the aesthetics of apartments and houses with high ceiling. It just reminds me of celebrities' houses in Architectural Digest. We do have these lights on the ceiling and they remind me of mushrooms actually. We've got quite a long window as well. There's not really much to see outside of this window actually. If I just open the curtains I can show you. Smells nice out here. Obviously this isn't a balcony, but it's just like a little sitting area outside, and I can confirm that this greenery is actually real. It looks quite artificial to be fair. We have like a clothes drying rack there. I'm actually going to close this off now because I don't want any mosquitoes or anything coming in. Let's close that. That's closed now. Seeing it from this view, it does actually look quite pretty. Now let's go upstairs and I can show you the ensuite bathroom and the bedroom. I like the stairs actually. By the way, I have used the bathroom already to do wudu, to pray. So the bathroom floor is slightly wet. Let's just switch down. So as I said, the bathroom floor is wet. But anyway, so here we have the sink area. This sink is actually smaller than the one downstairs. It's still a good size. I mean, I did my wudu in this sink and it was quite easy to do. It's not too high up as well, so you can definitely get your feet in there. And there's a hand soap, tap, a mirror here. I love the fact that the mirror is lit up from behind so then I can see what I'm doing if I want to do my makeup in here. Toilet roll, bin. Same toilet as the one in the bathroom downstairs. Same kind of bidet. And we've got body towels, hand towels. We've got shower mat, and then on this side we have shampoo, conditioner and body wash that they provide you with. This shower which has like a massive head at the top, and then it also has a separate hose, so that's really good. I quite like that. It's quite spacious on the inside to be fair. I like the fact that there's a door here as well to stop the rest of the bathroom from getting wet, because the last hotel, my gosh, the whole bathroom just got really wet and flooded with water, which wasn't great. Underneath the sink over here we do have a hair dryer in there. We've got face towels there, we've got 2 glasses in the back, and then this little box here we have like a shower cap, sanitary bag, those 2 in the back are cotton buds, and this long one in the front is basically a dental kit. So they give you like your basics that you need in order to stay here in case like you've forgotten your toothbrush and toothpaste for example. So I'll just take the light off and now show you the bedroom. Let's just close that door. Just bear in mind that my suitcase is open because I've had to take my hijab out and my prayer mat to pray. So that's what that mess is looking like on the floor. We do have a curtain here which actually pulls out. I'll show you. So this actually goes all the way across from the very far side until the very end of this wall. I can also push it back. We don't really need it to be shut to be fair, and I think that this view from this kind of balcony area up here looking down onto the lounge area, this is quite a nice view. I feel very lucky and blessed to be here, alhamdulillah. I don't think I showed you. These stairs are actually lit up. They've got lights on the side. Staircase which is like black and brown, very aesthetic indeed. When we come on to the bedroom, we have this desk here. This is definitely more of a desk to work. I could probably sit here and do my makeup as well if I wanted to. It's fairly clean. We've got a chair there, table, another tissue box. We've got a phone over here in case you decided that you wanted to ring reception, but I do have their WhatsApp number, so I'll just be WhatsApping them. I don't really need to use a phone. So the bed basically sits in this wooden frame, which is quite common here in Bali, I've noticed. I think most hotels have that. We have sockets on either side of the bed, which is great. And if I can just show you the bed in its full entirety, this looks slightly bigger than a double bed, so I think this is more of like a queen size bed. It's fairly big. I don't know if it's as big as the bed in the last hotel, but it kind of looks like the same size to be fair. I was left this very cute gift on the bed. Is it supposed to be a peacock? I think it is. They've added like this throw over the bed, and again underneath the bed is lit up, and then you have another mirror here. This one is obviously like a full length mirror where you can do your outfit checks, and there's a wardrobe just over here that has a dressing gown. I feel like like my prayers were listened to, because I really need a dressing gown, but when I pray it just makes things a lot easier. There's not really much to show in this wardrobe, to be fair. We have a safe over here as well where I can put my money in, and then we have socket over here, we have lights. This is just a bedside table. And then we have the window. There's not much of a view outside this window. It does open because it's got a handle there. There's a wall outside, as you can see, but there's not really much of a view beyond that, because beyond that there's just houses. The window does have a blind that you can pull down to block out any light whilst trying to sleep. Of course, we do have a remote here for the aircon, which for the bedroom is up there above the mirror. So that's basically a full tour of the hotel. The reason I thought I would do the hotel tour now is because it's literally immaculate. Like, I've barely used it, so you can definitely see everything in its entirety. Even though I'm feeling like crap, I thought before I start feeling worse, which could potentially happen tomorrow or even as early as this evening, I could start to feel more poorly. I thought it's better that I just get this out of the way, get it over and done with. I'll leave the name of the hotel on screen in case you are interested in booking if you're here in Canggu. So far so good. I've seen the odd flyer here and there, but that's normal, it's to be expected. I mean, we even get that back in the UK. But the main thing for me is no cockroaches and like no mosquitoes. I'm quite happy with it so far. I think I'll obviously have more of an opinion on it like over the next few days once I've actually tested out everything. I am planning to get quite a bit of work done whilst I'm here, and there's something that I'm thinking of working on which I've not mentioned yet because I'm not sure if it's something I'm definitely going to go ahead with. I kind of have to create like a wait list and see if people will be interested. I've had a few requests already for it, so I think that there's definitely some interest, but I kind of need to make sure there's enough interest for me to spend all of my time and energy on this. So I really cannot afford to fall ill. I really hope I do not fall ill. But the plan for tonight is I'm gonna order some food now, have it delivered to the hotel, because I genuinely don't have the energy to go out. I really can't be bothered. There is Netflix on the TV downstairs, so I might just put on the new season's out, and I've not watched it and I've kind of been dying to watch it, so I think I might just have like a relaxed one. Get a takeout, put some Netflix on, catch up on some editing, pray my Isha Salah, probably speak to my mom, and then go to sleep. I do really want to try and get an early night tonight. The last like 8 days I've not been sleeping, even longer than that, and I'm not looking great, to be fair. Like, my eyes look very sunken in. I look extremely tired because I am. So I do really want to try and catch up on sleep, especially before I start my period, which I feel like I might end up starting tomorrow or the day after. Last month I started on the 18th, but this time around I've not started on the 18th, which is a little bit worrying. But anyway, I'm sure I'll start in the next couple of days. So yeah, I'll enjoy this as much as I possibly can because this is my time away from my family, time away from stressful things back in the UK, time away from that particular hotel that I was staying in for 8 days and completely hated. So this time around I've booked this hotel for 4 days, and if I like it and I want to stay for longer, I probably can do if they still have it available anyway to book. I'd rather just see how it goes for 4 days, and if I want to leave, at least I have the option to leave after 4 days and I'm not stuck here for 8 days and not liking it. In terms of outside noises, so far I've just heard like motorbikes. You can kind of hear distant traffic like that, for example. Stuff like that won't bother me that much, especially at night, because everything here kind of closes around 11-12, which is usually the time I sleep, so I shouldn't really get much disturbances from outside. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually trying out this hotel properly tomorrow, but for now I'm gonna sign off. I might catch up with you maybe later on this evening or tomorrow. I don't know yet, depends how I'm feeling. Pray for me that I feel better by tomorrow. I don't even know what time it is now because I don't have my phone on me. I think it's like just gone after 2:30 in the afternoon. I've just ordered brunch. So I've ordered like an avocado spinach smoothie, and oh, I've ordered this delicious looking. Oh my god, what have I done there? I'm such an idiot. I shouldn't have done that. Oh my god. What a disaster. I'm never doing that again. As you can see from that disaster of what happened on camera, I've ordered smashed avocado on sourdough toast with 2 poached eggs. I'm going to enjoy this with my smoothie. I'm hoping that this makes me feel a little bit better, gives me a little bit of energy to get on with the rest of my day because it's quite late. Excuse the noise in the background, I have no idea what it is, by the way. I have quite a bit to update you on, but I'm going to eat this, charge my camera battery, and then I can update you on what's going on, what's been happening since I've been here over the last 2 days.
It's you who is different. You We left this place because love ended tragically. Never thought coming.
I am going to get ready to go out. It is almost 6:30 in the evening over here. Literally not left the apartment since yesterday because I've just not been feeling great. I've been taking paracetamols, trying to help my temperature and stuff, and I think it's helping, but I keep falling asleep because of that. I've not left the apartment since yesterday when I actually checked into the apartment. So I'm gonna get ready to go out, and I thought I would do like a get ready with me on Snapchat.
I look a woman up and down and I say, hey, how you doing?
I genuinely feel like shit. My throat is so messed up. My chest is messed up. I went out yesterday night. I shouldn't have done that because I feel worse since going out last night. I don't usually fall ill, but I don't know if it's pollution, if it's because of the weather change, if it's because of me constantly being in environments where it's like hot and then it's cold with the AC and stuff. My throat's gotten worse. My cough's gotten worse. My headache just keeps coming and going. I'm trying to fight it at this moment in time, but I don't know how much longer I can fight it, honestly. Something happened here in the morning, which is making me really glad that I'm leaving here tomorrow around like 6 o'clock. I heard like a rustling noise downstairs because this has an upstairs and a downstairs, if you've obviously seen the hotel tour that I did. So downstairs there was a rustling noise and it sounded like someone was in the actual apartment with me. So obviously I got freaked out thinking, how can somebody have gotten in? I thought, what if it's like one of the cleaners or something? So I peered over the balcony and I saw something that I think was like a mouse. It was black or it was a dark colour and it was really fast as well. Like I saw something like attack the box that I had on the table. Last night I ordered takeout because I wasn't feeling well and I wasn't able to go out, so I ordered takeout to the hotel. I got a burger with chips and then I also got these warm donuts that they give like in a box with sauce and stuff on it. So because the burger and the chips were finished, they were in a separate bag. The only food that was actually out was those donuts, which I was planning to eat in the morning, so that's why I didn't throw them away. The bag I should have thrown away. But you don't think that like a mouse or something, a rat or whatever it is, can get into a hotel? Like this is not a cheap hotel, like it's an expensive hotel where I'm staying. Paid good money to be here, and obviously I checked it all out, checked the reviews and everything before I came, so it's supposed to be a good hotel. And I got really freaked out when I saw that. I didn't even have enough time to scream, to be fair, because it literally ran off straight away. I don't think it saw me. I don't know what happened because I was still upstairs, so I don't even know what happened. It's just I got really freaked out because that same box with the donuts, I think it was on the floor the night before. I went to the bathroom upstairs, got ready for bed, went downstairs and I saw that the box was on the floor and I was like, oh, how did that get on the floor? Anyway, I didn't think anything of it. Picked it up from the floor, put it back onto the table, and then this morning, that's when I heard the rustling and then I saw it like attack that box. That box was closed. Obviously it wouldn't have been able to open it. I just freaked out. Obviously I called reception and I said, somebody needs to come in here and sort this situation out. This is ridiculous. I have actually had treatment today. So I went to a clinic called The Medical here in Bali. They've got like 3 different branches, one in Ubud and then 2 in Canggu. I went to the one that was close by my hotel. Literally it's like a 5-minute walk. I booked an appointment in the morning and they literally booked me in straight away. So they told me that I have a throat infection and they prescribed me antibiotics and like 2 other medicines to take for my throat and for my cough. I have to finish them, but the doctor did say that by tomorrow I should be feeling a lot better. I've been getting headaches and apparently the headaches are part of my infection. I am on the mend now. To be fair, my cough isn't as bad as it was yesterday or even in the morning, so it's a positive sign. I do feel like I'll be better soon, inshallah. I don't know how much space I have left on my memory card right now, so I'm going to try and keep this part as short as possible. Welcome to the 3rd hotel in Bali. So I'm now actually in Kuta and I got here yesterday afternoon. I have quite a lot of tea to tell you about that specific hotel and what happened. And let me tell you something, you're going to want to stick around to find out the full story here. I wanted to extend that hotel for like 4 more days because next week I'm not really sure what I'm planning to to do, I might go back to Malaysia. I don't know yet. I don't think I can really stay here in Bali for that much longer. There's really not that much to do here. All the things that I wanted to get done could literally be done within one day. But anyway, I went to the reception in the morning and I said to them that, look, can I speak to the manager? The manager came and I said that this is a price that I've seen on booking.com and this is just for the standard room, right? I said, but I don't want to book the standard room. I want to book a room that's on a different level because you know the situation that happened yesterday. No one in their right mind will want to stay on the same floor as a rat on the loose. And he was like, I understand what you're saying, but we can't give you that room for the same price because you're basically paying for a better view. I was like, I genuinely don't give about the view because the room itself is exactly the same as the room that I was in. So I just want you to give me a good price on that room so that I can extend it. He wouldn't give me a good price, literally. He only gave me like £20 discount from what I would have been paying if I booked through booking.com. £20 discount on a hotel is nothing. I was just like, is this a joke? Like if it was a cockroach or ant infestation, that would have been something completely different, but this is a rat. And I said to him, that situation should not have happened in this hotel. That's not a small thing. You do know that when I check out of here, I'm going to be leaving a review for your hotel and I'm not going to keep anything off there. I'm going to be very honest about my experience. And when people read that there was a rat in the room, no one's going to want to book this place. That hotel has literally been open for like 3 months, he said. They don't even have that many reviews on booking.com, but all the reviews that they do have are good reviews about how clean it is, how nice it is, aesthetics and everything else, which all of those are true, by the way. It is very clean and the cleaning people that they have there, they do a really good job. So I can't fault that, right? And I would have extended if there was no issue with a rat. But literally yesterday I stayed upstairs in that place. I was too scared to sit downstairs. Even bought some snacks thinking I'll put Netflix on, I'll chill downstairs and I'll eat. And just the thought of me even opening a crisp packet downstairs, it just really scared me that this rat would come for me. So I ended up sitting upstairs and eating, and even then I was too scared to open hardly any of the snacks that I bought. So I literally just opened some biscuits and chocolate because I felt like I wouldn't be attracted to that. Imagine, that hotel wasn't cheap. It was like 50-60 quid a night, which is expensive for Bali, by the way. It's not a cheap hotel. And I was there for 4 nights. So obviously I wasn't happy. And I said to him, I said, I'm not happy at all. Like, you giving me such a small discount. And then he was like, we'll do like a free laundry service. I was just looking at him like, do you understand the extremity of this situation? I genuinely feel like they thought that part of good customer service was them being really nice to me and being very polite, because they were all like very politely spoken and they're calling me Miss Nosheen, which was nice, by the way, don't get me wrong. But that to me is like you're just being fake now, because you've realized that there's a situation, you've not dealt with it, and now you can see that I'm leaving in bad spirits with me thinking I'm not going to come back to this hotel if I ever do come back to Bali. I'm definitely not going to be recommending it to other people, which I probably would have done before having that situation happen. He wasn't bothered. I mean, I was literally walking out of the hotel going towards my taxi. He was just watching. He didn't say to me like, I'm so sorry about the situation or anything like that. And for me, it's not even about the money, it's the principle. He wasn't willing to go out of his way to sort the problem. Now you've got 2 problems on your hand. You've lost 1 customer who is willing to stay and pay you for 4 more nights, and you're going to lose more customers once I upload that review. And there's nothing more damaging than bad reviews for a hotel, really. I work in marketing and I work with these businesses. I know how damaging bad reviews are. So good luck with that one. Would not recommend staying there, not after that experience. And I really, really hope that they learn from that experience. I would have still left a review, by the way, but I would have been like, there was an issue with the room and they dealt with it. If they had dealt with it, I would have been fine. It wasn't even about the money, by the way, because this hotel where I'm staying is like 50 quid more than what they were offering me for that room. You weren't willing to go out of your way to resolve this situation, and it's not a small thing. I got off about that. My stubborn ass was like, do you know what? I could accept that offer because that offer's still affordable for me. It's not even about that. It's the principle of the fact that you're not actually taking appropriate action to ensure the satisfaction of your customer. And I was like, I'm out of here. You clearly don't give a shit. You just give a about the money. In this hotel, for example, I complained straight away about everything that I saw that I didn't like. They came in within 5 minutes. They've dealt with everything. Now I'm happy. They didn't say, oh, we don't have this and we don't have that, we can't do anything. They were like, let us see what we can do. Literally within 5 minutes, the IT team are here, the housekeeping team are here. They've sorted out all the problems. Now I'm happy. That situation happened for a reason. I'm in a much better situation now. However, one thing that really made me laugh, right? When he comes to my room, he comes with like a bug spray, like an an insect repellent spray or something. And I was like, what is that supposed to do? Like, I've seen a rat in the room. What's an insect repellent spray supposed to do? You really come in here with the right equipment to deal with this situation. You could just tell it like they weren't taking it seriously. You really think I'm going to be scared of a bug? I've had dealt with cockroaches before, twice in fact in Ubud, and I didn't even have to get reception or anyone involved for that. I just ran with it. I just dealt with it. This is something much bigger. A rat in the room, how are you supposed to deal with that? You have to obviously get the hotel involved. I feel like they just didn't believe me, to be honest. And I said to him, you don't believe me? Once I check out, get cameras in this room, leave some food out, I can guarantee you that rat will be back. And then you will believe me when I told you that there is a rat infestation here. And he was like, okay, we didn't see anything. You don't know what you saw. I said, no, I know what I saw. It was a rat. There's nothing else that's going to come for food. And by the way, the reason why I called you initially was because I thought there was someone in the room, but there wasn't someone in the room. It was a rat. It was a thing, not a person. Let's just say, not a happy bunny. I was supposed to be extending my stay in that hotel for another 4 nights, but I decided against it because of the kind of way that I was treated. But anyway, ignore my funny bun. I am actually about to have a shower, and really I was supposed to do a room tour yesterday of this hotel, but honestly I was so tired. I started my period as well like 2 days ago, so I'm not feeling the best really, and yesterday I felt a lot worse. I feel a bit better today. And as you can tell, the coffee's still there, but it's much better. I think usually when I'm laying down, I have more of like a coughing fit. I'm still getting like this tickling feeling in my chest, and that's usually where I start feeling like, oh, I'm gonna cough. Anyway, I've just noticed that my dark circles over here have gotten really bad. Like, I've gotten eye bags whilst I've been here and dark circles, which I never had before. I need to sort myself out. I need to start sleeping on time. I need to start eating well. I need to keep myself hydrated, have more water, because this is unacceptable. Anyway, I'm going to do a quick room tour. I have just quickly cleaned it up a little bit here and there, but obviously once I have a shower, the room's going to get messed up. So it's better that I do it now rather than waiting until after I've had a shower. The one thing you will see on my bed is my laptop out, and it's because I'm still working right now. So let's get into this tour. Let me turn you around. We're just starting here at the entrance. There's genuinely not much to see over here. You can see the doors here, and then we've got room temperature display there. We've got keycard slot, light buttons. Here we have a long floor length mirror, which is really nice, handy to have for outfit pictures. I really don't know how many outfit pictures I'm going to get to take over here, because I'm here for like, what, another 2 nights after tonight, and then I'll be checking out, and I'm not really planning to do anything exciting really whilst I'm here. And then we have this small little bench which I've just put my stuff onto. So my bag, camera bag, Bali bag that I bought from Ubud. And then this is one exciting part of the hotel. So this is basically a sliding door that leads into the bathroom. So I can push this, I think. Yeah, so I can push this all the way down to the end of the wall, and then this basically opens up into the bathroom area. I just do a quick overview of everything here. Don't mind me, by the way, my reflection. So this is quite a large vanity mirror behind the sink. I think because this is like the clearest mirror in the whole of the hotel. This is essentially where you would like do your makeup and stuff. And then we have the sink here. As you can tell, the aesthetics of this hotel is pretty much like black, red. I probably would call that more of a burnt orange. You've got your hand wash, body lotion here. They actually do smell quite nice, not gonna lie. And we've got a hand towel there. We've got, obviously I've got my toothbrush, toothpaste and all of that there. We do have a coffee machine here. It's a little bit strange that they've put all of this stuff in the bathroom area. I find that a little bit strange, but anyway. That's a coffee machine which I probably will not be using as I don't drink coffee, but they do provide you with like coffee pods, as you can see here. And then you've got some straws. You've got 2 cups there if you want to make a cup of tea or if you want to make a cup of coffee. And they do provide you with still water. Now this isn't filtered water from what they've told me, but it is drinkable. Or maybe it is filtered water, but they just didn't understand what I was saying. I don't know. But anyway, it's drinkable. It's great that they provide you with that because not all hotels do. And then you actually do have 2 plug sockets there. And the great thing about this hotel is that these sockets are like universal, so I don't actually have to use an adapter. If I want to like straighten my hair here, which I probably will do maybe tomorrow, tomorrow or tonight once I wash my hair. I don't need to use an adapter, so I could be like charging my phone in one side of the room whilst I'm using my hair straightener over here, because I didn't actually bring 2 adapters, I only brought the one. So that's that. Then we have a tissue box here, we have kettle, we have, so this is like one for the shower cap, cotton bud there. And then you've got, as pretty much all hotels now give, you've got like a dental kit here. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to show you here because it's just basic stuff that hotels give. So this mirror has basically got like a tint on it, so I won't be able to check my makeup in this mirror because it's not a clear mirror in comparison to that one. So then we've got a hairdryer in this bag, and then the bath mat, which I completely have ruined. Well, shower mat I guess, because this basically leads on into the shower. Now from what I remember, this actually, yeah, this is the shower, so that's where it starts. So we have body wash, we have conditioner, and we have shampoo. And then we have a little slot here where you can put your own stuff. And then we have the shower up here. Shower head there, you've got a little extractor fan, I think that's what that is. And then you've got the smaller shower head here. So this one you can obviously detach and use as a separate shower. That's obviously the handle to use to put the water on. We have the drain on the floor. It's quite a small shower. It's not the biggest of showers, I will say. Okay, so the toilet door actually opens outwards, whereas the shower door opens inwards. So here we have the toilet. We have a bin there, we've got toilet rolls here, and then obviously you have like a massive flush button there. You've got your bidet, which is quite a good bidet as well, and then just like your bog standard toilet. Again, this is kind of the same size as the shower room. Small, but it does the job. I like the fact that they're both separated, because in other hotels, when the shower and the toilet are together, that area just ends up flooding, and it's uncomfortable to actually go to the toilet closely after you've had a shower because the floor's still wet. No one wants to be dealing with that. Let's close this door. It does make quite a loud banging noise. So yeah, that's all of this side of the room. Now there's another sliding door here as well, which basically leads onto the room. So these 2 sliding doors meet right about there, and then they basically close off the bathroom. So I'll just do that now so I can show you. So close this. As you can see, that is pretty much completely closed off now. This is obviously like a sliding wardrobe. Again, you can see yourself in the mirror here. This also has a slight tint to it, so it's not the clearest of mirrors, but it'll do for like an outfit pick. And then behind this, so you can't obviously move this door any further to the right because you've got the bathroom there. In this part of the room, it's got lights there, so you can obviously hang up your clothes here. Oh, they've actually got the Qibla sign there. I didn't even see that until now. It's handy to know for anyone who wants to be staying here. You have slippers, so they do actually give you 2 for each room because each room is usually for 2 people. You have a laundry bag here as well, so you can put your dirty or clean clothes here, I guess. They do have a laundry room in this hotel. They have a washing machine and a dryer where you can wash and dry your own clothes. You just have to buy the detergent yourself. And then down here we do have a mini fridge. If I can open it, that is. Just seen a fly come out of there. The mini fridge is actually empty. They haven't put anything in there. Yeah, I'm just going to close that off. So that's that side of the room. There's not really that much to show there. So this is the bedside table. I do have my phone there that's charging. I've got my adapter there. And you can actually order food from this menu for room service. I might actually try that tonight. I don't know. I've not figured out yet what I'm planning to do. I think if I go out and try to work from outside, I might get distracted. It might be better for me to stay in the hotel. Plans are kind of up in the air right now, but anyway. You have the reading lights on either side. As you can see, there's one on that side as well. You've got this massive sculpture piece of art that's on top of the headboard. This is actually lit up from the back as well. As you can see, there's a light behind it. And obviously the main thing that you want to know when you come to a hotel is how big the bed is. So this bed was actually a twin bed. As you can see when you look down here, you can see that there is like 2 beds that have been put together. So this was supposed to be a twin room, but I asked them to put the beds together to make it into one bed because obviously there's just one of me. Together the bed is fairly big, like I can lay on either side and it's fairly comfortable. I slept quite well actually last night, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, the bed is very comfortable, no complaints there. And as you can see, I've got my crisps in my bag and my laptop here because I was doing some work. So on this side you have telephone for if you want to call down to room service or whatever. So they give you the this notepad where you can make notes on, which I think is quite cool. So maybe I might actually do some journaling. I don't know. I want to get back into the whole habit of journaling. I found it quite helpful when I was doing it, and I've not done it for a while. As you can see over here, we have again plug socket, USB port, whatever you want to call it, and then you've got light switches there. Nothing really much more to show on that side. Obviously I've got my suitcase on the floor. Try to keep everything a bit tidy. Because I'm only here for 4 days, that's the reason why I've not unpacked anything, because I want to just make it as easy as possible for me to then check out this hotel. That's my tip, is to never put anything in the wardrobe unless you've ironed it and you're going to wear it the next day or the same day, because it's just a hassle when it comes to then checking out. You have to pack everything and no one's got time for that. This side of the room, which has got some very nice wallpaper, it's got light there, a little chair where you can sit there, that is quite comfortable. And then we've got obviously the window on this side. It's a floor length window. I think it is dark outside now. Yes, because it is like almost 6 p.m. now. There we go. Let's open this. Pull this up. Right, that's locked now. I'll just be bringing this forward. So you've seen the outside, you've seen this area. The bloody aircon's just come on itself. I have to go and switch it off now. If I just press that button. That does tend to happen quite a bit. I've noticed that the aircon will just come on itself. So that is basically the TV area. The TV is quite a big one. One thing about this room, and I think every room in this hotel, none of them have Netflix on the TV. Just got like this wooden shelf. If you can see that, it's also lit up from the bottom. So like you could have all the lights off and the only thing that would be lit up would be this. If you wanted to have like a movie night or something, that would look quite cool. You've got the TV remote right there. You've got another plug socket there. So we have another table on this side. You've got these like QR codes that you can scan. It's an online room service, your room directory, and this is a non-smoking room. That's what I requested for. I'm actually quite surprised at the fact that I've not got a message flashing up on my screen right now saying memory full. But anyway, I'm going to keep this part quick. So basically, I called the reservation team before I got here because I knew that obviously on my period, I'm probably going to be spending a lot of time in the hotel room. I didn't know how bad my period pains were going to be, if I was going to be able to go out of the hotel. So I thought, well, whilst I'm here, I'd like to have access to Netflix. I do still want to finish off the You series because I started watching it in the other hotel, so I wanted to finish it off here. Before I even booked the hotel, I called the reservations team and I asked them that, like, do you have Netflix on the TV here in the room? They said that we have Netflix, we've got the app on the TV, but we don't have an account. You have to basically log in with your own account details. And I was like, well, that's fine with me because I have an account, so it's not like I'm going to get charged anything extra. So anyway, I booked the hotel, then came yesterday when I checked in. I asked them if I could see the room before actually paying for the room, even though I booked through booking.com. There was an option to not pay ahead and to actually pay at the hotel. So that's the option that I decided to go with because of the issues that I've had with the 2 previous hotels. I just wanted to make sure that I was completely happy with the room before paying for it. At least you get to see the room, see how clean it is and everything else before you then pay for it, because if you don't like it, you can always go and find another hotel in the same area, and that's probably what I would have done if I wasn't happy with it. Anyway, I came into the room and I did ask them at that point that, look, is there Netflix on this TV? The lady who showed me around the room was like, no, there's no Netflix in this TV. And I said, well, I did call your reservations team and they told me that there is, that you have the app, but I just have to log in my own account details. She said, no, like, we've had all these TVs updated, there's no Netflix on here at the moment. But she was like, you know what, don't worry, I'll call our IT team and see what we can do for you. We might be able to like screen mirroring if you already have your own Netflix account through your laptop or through your phone. And I was like, screen mirroring? But I don't even have an Android, I have an Apple phone. So they were like, yeah, we can only do screen mirroring if you have an Android. So I was kind of a little bit annoyed because obviously I'd been told one thing before I came and now I'm being told something else. But they resolved the issue pretty much within 5 minutes. So they got their IT team down and the man was like, look, if you've got a laptop, I can give you a HDMI cable, connect it from your laptop to the TV and you can watch Netflix on your TV. And I was like, okay, if you have that, let's do that. So he did actually connect my laptop to the TV. There is a HDMI cable here now in the room that I can use. menus. So I'm satisfied with that. To be honest with you, it would have been better if they had the actual app on the TV and then I could have just logged in with my account details, but beggars can't be choosers. I booked this hotel literally about an hour before I came to the hotel, so obviously I didn't have that many options. I wasn't really in a place for me to like just walk around the area and try and look for another hotel just for Netflix. It just seems really silly, and I have Netflix anyway. All I wanted was to obviously have a big screen to watch it on, and I do now. I have the HDMI cable. I just have to connect it to my laptop and I can have a nice movie night in here. That might happen tonight if I manage to get through my editing. But yeah, that's the full hotel room tour. Tomorrow I might go to the gym depending on how I feel. If I do, I'll kind of show you other areas of the hotel. They do have a really nice rooftop area where they've got like an infinity pool. The view beyond the infinity pool basically looks out onto the beach and you can see a lot of people surfing and stuff, so that's quite cool. The hotel where I'm staying is called Tribe Kuta Beach Hotel, I think. It's apparently a really popular hotel with like tourists. I saw a couple of reviews on TikTok. Those reviews were what encouraged me to actually book this hotel. I will say, in my opinion, I think the last hotel was better. However, I'm not going to dwell on that. I am still happy with this hotel, to be fair. I can't complain. This one also has a gym. The previous one didn't have a gym. So yeah, happy. Gonna have a shower, get myself sorted, and I'll catch up with you shortly. I want to spend a lot of today doing things that I want to do personally for myself, because this is my last day here in Kuta. I check out tomorrow morning from here and then I'm off on my next adventure, but I don't know where I'm going. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to go next. The only problem is because I've got like my massive suitcase and stuff like that, traveling around with the suitcase is a pain. So I don't know if I just want to go back to Malaysia, catch my flight in a week from there. I'm still trying to figure that out. The airport right now, getting some food to eat because I am literally starving. I've not eaten anything since breakfast and it's now almost 4 o'clock. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna get ready to go onto my flight to Malaysia. I'm just happy to be getting out of Bali